You don't have to live a settled for life. So many of us are living settled for lives, just taking whatever life can give us. You know, we don't have to live that way. Rather, we can set goals and carve out a path and chart a course of what we want in life. So many people get to the end of their life. They live to 70, 80, 90, and they have a life filled with regret. Child of God, you don't have to do that. I was reading in Exodus chapter 8 about the Pharaoh. This is when Moses comes in, and we've all seen the movie The Ten Commandments, and where Charlton Heston comes in and he goes in front of Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's sitting on the throne. He goes, "Let my people go," and Pharaoh says no. And all of a sudden these 10 plagues come on to the land of Egypt. Well, the second one, it's interesting, the second one was frogs, and there was frogs everywhere. Frogs in Pharaoh's tea, frogs in the bed, frogs in the bathroom, frogs coming up the toilet, everywhere. And so you'd think he'd want to get rid of them. So finally Moses said, they would come to an agreement. Moses says, "So when do you want me to get rid of them?" And Pharaoh goes, "Tomorrow." See, he'd gotten used to living with his dysfunction. And rather than, like you would think, okay, get rid of them now, do it now. He said, no, I can live with this a little longer. I'm used to it now. Moses, I'm used to it. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, how could he do that? I mean, seriously, how could he do that? Well, then it hit me, because the other day, I did the same thing. I was working and I'd forgotten my uniform shirt. I'd forgotten it. And I talked to my wife and she was willing to bring it to me, but then it wasn't working out. And I lined up that I was, okay, I'm going to go up and I'm going to go and get it. I'm going to come back. It's going to take 15 minutes. I would have had to take the 15 minutes on my break to go and get my shirt. I'm sweating. I'm drenched in sweat because I'm wearing a sweatshirt. And I'm praying about God, give me wisdom. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call from my wife. And she says, "Hey, I'm going out now. Would you like me to bring the shirt?" Now, she was a 5-minute drive away. And I go, "Well, no, I'm okay. I'm going to come home anyway." And then I realized, duh, she was just about to bring it to me. So I phoned her back and she brought it to me, and that was great. But I did the same thing as Pharaoh. I was used to my dysfunction. How many of us are used to our dysfunction? You know, we're sick and we get used to that sickness. We're broke and we get used to that, and it's more comfortable to be in the brokenness than it is to push out. You know, they say that a person won't change until the pain of change is less than the pain of the sorrow. It's like this farmer who had a dog, and the dog's howling, and the guy says, "Well, what's wrong with the dog?" He says, "Oh, he's sitting on a nail." And the farmer says, "Well, why doesn't he get off?" Well, he says, "It hurts enough to complain about it, but not enough to do something about it." Come on now, child of God. God has such a great life in store for you. It says in Jeremiah, "I know the thoughts and intents of the heart. I know that I have plans for you." So reach out, grab hold of what God has for you, and don't miss it by being set in your dysfunction.